Hey there, Caitlin here, Snap and Nutrition Educator in Waldo County, Maine. Today we're making some super salads. Now I know that lettuce is great and all, but sometimes we just need a break. So all the salads I'm making today don't have greens, but they are really good, stirred in with a handful or two of greens. So we're starting out with a Greek salad. I drained and rinsed a can of chickpeas, and then I love olives, so I added a bunch of olives. If you don't like olives, you can totally skip this part, or you can cut them up smaller. I ended up getting to pick them all out when my little guy ate this one. So then I just added some feta cheese. It was actually on sale at Hannaford, the reduced fat crumbles, and it was a pretty good deal, so I was excited to see that. Then I cut up a cucumber into some pretty small chunks. I wanted them to be about the same size as the olives, maybe just a little bit bigger than the chickpeas. Add some really delicious crunch and freshness to those heavy ingredients we've got in there. And then I cut up a plum tomato, aroma tomato, whatever you call them, also on sale at Hannaford. I really lucked out with this dish this week. So I just cut that up to be about the same size. I wanted the chunks to be about the same size as the cucumbers. That way every bite would kind of be even, not too salty, it'd get the right amount of freshness and balance, and it would all take on the seasoning, the dressing kind of thing that we're about to make. When all the tomatoes are in there, we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings. I added some salt, some pepper, and some Italian seasoning blend. I love the Mrs. Dash because it doesn't have salt in it. And then I drizzled it with a little oil. I have avocado oil, but olive oil is probably more traditional for like a Greek salad. But yeah, use whatever you have, whatever you like. And then a few dashes of lime juice. We always keep a bottle of this real lime juice in our fridge. I find it a lot easier than having to throw away rock hard limes once every couple months. And we use it quite often, so it works for me and my family. And I just gave everything a good stir. And there we have it. The feta cheese covers everything. We get all those Italian seasonings, all those, a little bit of oregano in there, get it all spread out. So good. It's like making your own little dressing. Delicious. Okay, on to the next one. So I'm going to start with some tomatoes. This is a really interesting one. So this is an East African inspired salad. We have tomatoes and cucumber. That one tried to get away from me there. Again, I'm going to cut them just like I did in the last salad. I want to cut them into nice even chunks so that the tomatoes and the cucumbers are about the same size. Add all those little triangles to the bowl. Add them to the mix. And then I had some mango that was already cut, and this recipe calls for mango, and I was so excited, that's why I had to try it. So it's already cut into cubes, but I cut it up into smaller bits. And I've made this salad probably a million times since I made this recipe. And now I cut the mango up smaller so that I get lots of little pieces of mango in every bite. I think it spreads out the flavor a little bit better, and I just prefer it that way. But when I was making it this first time, I was trying to cut all the pieces to be about the same size as the cucumber and tomato. Then we're going to go in with some sesame oil. This is what really makes it special. I love sesame oil. It is a very strong taste, so be careful that you don't want the whole thing to just taste like sesame. And then salt and lime juice, some black pepper. And we're just going to give that a mix. It's literally so easy. It's so easy to throw together on your way out the door in the morning too. And then, because I didn't want the peanuts to get all soggy, I added them later. I kept them on the side and added them later, but there we have it. Okay, so this next one, we're going to start with the cucumbers, and I actually cut the cucumbers into little half-moon shapes this time. Everything else in this salad is going to be pretty small, so I thought we'll leave these cucumbers big so that there's a big, fresh bite every few bites. Then I drained and rinsed a can of white beans. I think this recipe is called White House White Bean Salad, so definitely check out the link in the description box below to get the full write-up, but it's very, very funny. It also called for fresh corn, but I didn't have any yet, so I just drained and rinsed a can of whole kernel corn. Wow, that's too hard to say. And then it called for a jalapeno, but Hannaford only had serranos, and man, this stuff was spicy. I totally recommend dialing back the spice a little bit there. I just sliced that up, and I wanted to leave the chilies kind of big so that we could pick them out, especially if my little guy wanted to try this salad. And then we cut up a little bit of white onion. I wanted those to be small, like the beans and the onions, so that the beans and the carrots, so that it spread out evenly throughout the salad. And there we've got it, all of our ingredients. This one really filled the bowl, so it was a little difficult to stir. But then for the dressing, we're going in with some more lime juice. I love these recipes. All the lime juice has the acid. It really is delicious. A little bit of oil, then a little salt and pepper, some garlic. I love garlic. And then again with that Italian medley, Mrs. Dash, gotta love it. It just has all the seasonings that the recipe had called for in one, so why not? And then I struggled to give that a good mix in the bowl that was way too small, because in true Caitlin fashion, I'm terrible at eyeballing bowl sizes. Gave that a good mix, and there we have it. And this one kept in the fridge really well. Now we're on to the last salad. This one is my favorite. I know I said I love the mango one, and I've made it probably 1 billion times. Well, I've made this melon salad probably 3 billion times since I made this video. So we're going to start with some watermelon, and then we're coming in with cucumber. And I wanted the watermelon to be a bit big because when we stir it, watermelon's pretty soft, right? So it can get beat up pretty easily. So when I stir it, I wanted it to have some strength to it so it didn't just all turn to mush. So it is a little bit bigger than the cucumbers. So we've got melon and cucumber and a little bit of lime juice. I just sprayed it with a little bit of oil here because I really didn't want a lot. I didn't want to drizzle it and overdo it. And we've got pepper. I know, pepper on watermelon, just stick with me. It really is one of the best things you've ever tasted, I promise. A little bit of salt. I know, it's watermelon, but it's really good, just trust me. And now we're gonna pick some mint leaves. So we're gonna pick the leaves off the stems, because the stems can be quite woody. If I'm making something where I'm like steeping the mint, I tend to leave it on the stems. But for something like this, I don't want those big woody chunks in a salad. Roll it up like a little tube, a little flute. And then we're going to give it a nice fine slice. This is called a chiffonade, so you're left with lots of beautiful little herby ribbons. Don't cut your finger off. We're going to add that, and I love mint, so I just went for it. Lots of mint is good for me, but if that looks like too much for you, just dial it back. And then feta cheese. I know, guys, crazy. Feta cheese and watermelon, but please just try it. It's so, so yummy. And then there you go, just stir it up. I decided it needed a little bit more lime juice. If you want more recipes like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, have fun with it. A quick reminder that the Farms to Families boxes will be available for pickup at Athena Health on April 23rd from 9 to noon. And if you'd like text messages sent right to your phone to help you shop, cook, and eat healthy on a budget, check out the link in the description box below for SnapEd's new texting program. And as always, head to mainsnaped.org for more.